Oracle's getting hit from two directions at once. SimpleHelp is being weaponized against MSPs, and Russian intelligence is actively stealing signal backup keys. There's a lot to work through today. This is the Daily DefSec Brief. I'm Jerry Bell. Your few minutes on what matters to people defending networks for June 29th, 2026. First, Oracle eBusiness Suite. If you run EBS and you skip the May critical patch update, attackers are at the door. This is an unauthenticated takeover flaw in the file transmission component of Oracle payments. No credentials, low complexity. It's tracked as CVE 2026 46817. And this isn't a theoretical issue here. Diffused pick up active exploitation against honeypots over the weekend, and Shadow Server counts more than 450 instances exposed to the internet. About 200 of those are in the US and Europe. So here's what you need to do. Go apply the Oracle May critical patch update today if you haven't already. If you genuinely can't patch right now, get EBS off of the public internet and watch for unexpected HTTP requests hitting the payment and file transmission endpoints. Go check Shadow Server's exposure list. That'll tell you in a minute whether your instance is one of those exposed to the internet. Next up, SimpleHelp. This is the RMM sitting in a lot of MSP environments, and an authentication bypass is being actively exploited to drop previously unseen info stealers. The flaw is CVE 2026 48558. An auth bypass in SimpleHelp servers using OpenID Connect. Exploit it and you can create a highly privileged technician account with no credentials at all. That's awesome, by the way. Blackpoint worked a real incident where the attacker used exactly that access to deploy two new pieces of malware. A JavaScript loader they're calling TaskWeaver, and Djinn Stealer, a cross-platform info stealer that goes after Windows, macOS, and Linux. At disclosure, about 1,000 SimpleHelp servers were running a vulnerable OIDC config. So the action here, patch SimpleHelp immediately. And if you've got OIDC enabled, treat that as your priority attack surface. Then go hunt. Look for obfuscated JavaScript files named jQuery.js dropped from temporary Cloudflare domains. And review your technician account creation logs for any privileged accounts you don't recognize. A compromised RMM is a trusted channel straight into every endpoint you manage. Switching gears, CISA and the FBI have updated their advisory on two Russian intelligence groups, and the new tactic is worth paying attention to. We've all seen Signal and WhatsApp phishing, fake support, fake verification codes. This is a step past that. Attackers posing as Signal support are now socially engineering targets to hint to handing over their backup recovery key. And here's why that matters. A compromised key stays valid even if the victim creates a new account on the same phone number. So changing your number doesn't save you. The attacker can come back and take over the new account later. The only real fix is generating a fresh backup recovery key, which invalidates the old one. Anything the attacker already downloaded, though, that's gone. The U.S. State Department is offering up to $10 million through Rewards for Justice for information on these actors. Turn on a Signal registration lock pin and brief your high-value people on one simple thing. Signal support will never DM you, and no legitimate process ever asks you to share a backup key. If you're running Signal for sensitive communications, verify the linked devices on every account and pull the full indicator set from CISA's updated advisory. The last one for today, and this is for the Linux folks. There's a local privilege escalation in the kernel called Dirty Clone, and a working proof of concept just dropped today. It's tracked as CVE 2026 43503. If the name sounds familiar, it should. This is in the same family as Dirty Frag and shares a lineage with Dirty Pipe class of memory corruption bugs. So this class of problem has been around for a while. What's new is the specific path. It abuses how socket buffers reference shared page cache memory. Any local user who holds capnet admin, and you can often pick that up through unprivileged user namespaces, can escalate to root. JFrog confirmed the POC works on Debian, Ubuntu, and Fedora with default namespace configs. This is a published proof of concept, not a confirmed exploit in the wild situation yet. But your highest risk spots are obvious. Multi-tenant clouds, Kubernetes clusters, and anywhere you've got containerized workloads with user namespaces enabled or privileged containers running. So the action. Patch to kernel version 7.1 RC5 or apply your distro's backported fix the moment it ships. If you can't patch right away, restrict unprivileged user namespaces. That breaks most of the accessible route to CAPNet admin. Audit any privileged containers in your clusters and keep an eye on the Ubuntu and Debian security advisories over the next day or two. So if you do one thing today, make it patching Oracle EBS. That vulnerability being actively exploited is about as bad as it gets. Patch it or get it off the internet. All the sources and advisories I talked about today are in the show notes. If this saves you a bad afternoon, subscribe so it's here again tomorrow. I'm Jerry Bell. Stay patched, and I'll see you tomorrow.